Hey, it's Stephanie from Three Queens Resell, and today is another ship with me. We're going to ship and chat, and I'm going to share with you 5 things I've learned in my 4 years as a reseller. So if that sounds awesome, hit that like button and stay tuned. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey friends, it's Stephanie from Three Queens Resell, and if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. It really does mean a lot that you clicked on me because there are so many people on the internet that you could click on. So thanks for hopping in with me. Full disclosure, I can be a bit of a mess, so you got to give me a couple of tries. Like, if you don't like this video, come back again. Like, okay, come back again. So, reseller besties, thank you for showing up on Instagram, showing up on whatnot, showing up here. I love interacting with you guys. Don't feel like you have to buy something every time you interact with me, especially on whatnot. If you want to get some inventory like from me, source from me, that's awesome. But please, please, please don't feel like you have to buy anything. You don't have to buy me a coffee. You don't have to. I do have some Amazon links below, like of things that I use. So if you're going to shop on Amazon anyway, even if it's like for like a new snowblower, if you go through one of my links and buy it, like I get some type of like 10th of a cent or something. But yeah, don't feel like you have to do anything other than show up and be your authentic, wonderful self, because that's all I'm gonna do. So today we're gonna do another ship and chat with me, and I am gonna share with you guys like 5 things that I have kind of like reflected on in my 4 years of being a reseller. So previous to reselling full time, which I've only been doing for a year, I resold part time while I was teaching. So I would work on it in the evenings and on the weekends and on school breaks, like Becky Park does now. She is a full-time music teacher, and I love her channel. So if you are not watching Becky Park, you need to, and I will link her below. She is adorable. And she can I'm really into her, what's going on with her students. Like, I live like vicariously through her since I don't teach anymore. Today I have just some chai tea. You guys know I love chai tea. But you don't have to buy me a coffee. Maybe one day, maybe when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will add the buy a coffee link. I know a lot of resellers or YouTubers sell all types of merch and all types of things, and that is a way to like monetize, and because it does take effort and time to put these things together. But right now, I'm just having fun doing it. I do want to get monetized, so I know what you can do if you really want to help me out. You can go watch some of my old videos. I do have some playlists. I'll link one above of Ship With Me, so you can watch past Ship and Chat With Me's. But we are going to get into the tips. Well, not the tips, the things that I've learned. They might not be tips for you. In the last four years, as well as what has sold. This is Wednesday, so a few things from Tuesday. It's Wednesday afternoon, like at 4 o'clock. Like, I had to take a nap. I have like some sinus ear thing always going on. I don't know why. I have no idea. Probably should go to the doctor for that, but I'm too busy. So we will get into it. So the first tip I want to share with you guys, or things that I have really think is important that I've learned in this 4 years, is to be consistent. Show up for yourself like you would a friend, like you would your kids. Show up for your business every day. Of course, when I was teaching full-time, a lot of things got in the way of me focusing on my resale business. I do have 2 children and a husband, and at that time I had a dad that had some health issues, and I do have, my mom is nearby, and so just like obligations that are very, very important to me, just like everybody else does in the world. So my situation is really basic. But as I've gone full time, I've realized like holding myself accountable, being consistent, whether it's through like one reason I'm not monetized on YouTube is because I have not been consistent with it throughout the years. Would stop and go, and everything else would get in the way, and so I wouldn't do it. But then when I started realizing, like, this is something that I like to do, YouTube, I'm gonna put some time to it each day, like a little free time into it, and create these videos. Now I figured out how to do it while I'm actually working, so it is a little easier. But with your reselling business, you've got to be consistent and listing and sourcing and looking up the comps and steaming and managing your inventory, just all the aspects. When we think of consistency, most of the time we think about listing, but being consistent in every part of your business is important, because if you are not consistently getting orders out in time, that's going to affect your rating. If you are not consistent in putting your inventory around, when it's time to ship things, it's going to take you longer than it needs to get your stuff together, because you don't know where anything is. One thing I hate is looking for things. So that's why we are super organized with all of these boxes. And I really think I had the vision. My husband executed all of this for us, because he does inventory. And previous to him doing inventory, I did it. And it was a little messy. So now it's all cleaned up, and it's easy to find things, and we can ship quickly. Especially if I'm not chatting with you guys. So I'm going to show you the first thing that I am going to ship off. And they are these Donald Pliner sandals. They are going to go first class. So in a poly mailer. But they sold on Depop for, they were, originally I had them listed for $30. But I am running a sale, so go shop over there. So they sold for $18. After the Depop fee of $1.80 and the transaction fee of $1.08, I was left with $15.12. So right in that ballpark where I like to be, average sale price of $15. So we are going to package them back up in their plastic bags. See, I got a little bit more organized today because my other video I felt like was too long and it was a bit of a hot mess. And you guys know I don't like to hold people hostage anywhere. I want you to watch all the way through to the end, because for something YouTube knows. Like YouTube knows if you stop watching, and then they don't show my videos to other people because they think that they're not good. And while they might not be, I still want you to watch them to the end. So this is going on off to California. California in the house. If you're from California, let me know in the chat. Next up, I'm going to ship another Depop sale. And it is this Joseph A. Banks Crewneck sweater. And this Bill Blass Crewneck sweater that I sourced at the bins. So I'm really trying to source sweaters and get sweaters out there, because sweater weather is coming. And I do have a sweater only Whatnot sale coming up in September. So if you're not following me on Whatnot, that information is linked in the description. But these two guys sold for, the bundle price before the discount was $45.90. They got them for $34.65. After the shipping, $11.75. I do pay for bundle shipping on Whatnot. I don't know why. Not Whatnot, on Depop. I do need to change that because I feel like I get shafted a lot. So I paid $11.75 in shipping. The Depop fee was $4.58. And the transaction fee was $1.97, leaving me with I made $34.65 after all those fees. I'm like, I didn't understand my own notes. It happens. So while I'm packaging, so we've talked about one, being consistent, and your sourcing, your listing, your shipping, putting your inventory away. If you want it to be a business, treat it like a business that makes money, I'm even consistent on when I cash out the accounts because we sell on multiple platforms. So I'm even consistent as to when I cash them out on Tuesdays and Fridays, so that the money can come into our checking account, our business account consistently. But number 2 is develop your business model that fits your situation. I'm okay with an average sale price of $15, around there. Would I like it to be more? Yes. If it's more, that's awesome. But I am a volume-based seller. And I decided to be a volume-based seller when we went full-time because I have myself and my husband. And so we have 2 people. And we don't work 8 hours a day. Like some days I do. Some days I know. It would probably average out to maybe like 8 hours a day. But I do work every day of the week because this is my passion and I love it. You do not have to do that, but develop a business model that is good for you. It works out that I sell clothes. That works for me. I live where there's lots of thrift stores. My thrift stores are not crazy. I live in a Central Indiana has at least 4 bins that I know of, maybe more, Goodwill bins. And so I'm in close proximity to, this is supposed to go priority, but I don't have, I'm going to put it in here because I don't think it will fit and I don't want to go over the weight. But if you are a person that is close to a lot of, like, I don't sell a lot of vintage because I don't know anything about it. Doesn't fit my business model. If I wanted to learn about it, I'm sure there's plenty of it around here. But if you're around a place with lots of good books or lots of good toys, like maybe a college town would have lots of old books, whatever, you naturally have those things. Like Lori Tata, who I also love, her channel, I'll link her below. Lori's Boston Found. She knows a bunch about American Girl dolls, and she has a whole bunch of American Girl dolls because she used to work there. I have a whole bunch of American Girl dolls because I had 2 kids, so who were girls, and we went there. Like I'm serious. I got like $25 up there, and every outfit. Like I can't go. I got it all, so I need to sell that stuff. But that's something that I have available, and if I wanted to, I could sell it. Develop a business model that fits you. If you're like, I'm one person, I want to make X amount of dollars. I can't make $15 an item. And that's $15 after fees, by the way. After everything is done, I want to make clear at least $15 on average an item. Maybe you're like, I need to make at least $22 an item because my cost of goods is higher where I am. I don't have bins. All I have is these few thrift stores. Then whatever it is, that's good for you. Just know what it is and don't try to do other people's things. Some people want to spend a lot of money on their inventory and flip it for a lot. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have $100 tied up in one piece. But if you do, and you got the dough to do that, you be you. So that's my second tip. Watch all these YouTubers, watch all these resellers, listen to people's podcasts, do all those things, get all the free information that you can. Not so that you can copy it, so that you can create your own path that is going to help you be successful. So that's my second tip. So, next item was a Macari sale, and it was this LA Hearts wrap top, just like with a little peplum hem. This was my oldest daughter, Courtney's. It's just been listed forever, but my kids' items, if they are in good shape and don't have any holes or anything, I sell them. Like, I do not donate anything to Goodwill that someone else could wear again. And that is part of my business model and keeping my cost of goods low. So when my kids get things for Christmas or their birthday, most of the time it comes new from the store. And I don't mind paying for it because I know that they are not going to wear it forever, especially the little one. So if she wants Ugg boots for her birthday, I don't mind paying for them because next season I'm going to be able to resell those Ugg boots and get some money back out of it. So reselling has definitely changed how I look at my partner, aka Bryant, just came in and interrupted me, but he never wants to be on camera. So you guys want to see him? No. You'll get to see him one day. He runs from the camera, literally. I don't know what. Here he is. He's coming. Like, here he is. See, I'm not making him up. He is around. Thank you, honey. Huh? I'll talk to you later. Okay, I will. I'm not going to edit that out because that's just my life. So, yeah, anything that my kids get, I get, my husband gets. If it's like my Lily Pulitzer sweater, I have like a white one and a blue one. You guys see me wear them all the time. I will wear these. They will not be sellable because I wear them until they get holes because they're so expensive. And then I still wear them. And then eventually I just have to throw it away and get a new one. But it is what it is. So, tips, be consistent was number 1. Number 2 is develop your own business model. Get all the free information, like I said, that you can from all these videos, everybody's videos. Learn where the good places to source are. Learn the good brands from everybody else. But do you. Like, take that information and create your own business. Next up was another Macari sale. This sold this morning. It's the Saint Tropez maxi dress. And so it's like, yeah, all the way to the floor with this tie-dye print. It sold on Macari for $33. After the $4.56 in fees, I was left with $28.44. So, and I think I just like listed this earlier this week. So summer stuff is still selling. So the next tip that I have for you is look for mentors and who are reselling. Everybody wants to give advice. Everybody in the world wants to give advice. Even me. That's what everybody wants to do, is tell you what to do. This is what I've learned in my time on earth, not just with reselling, but with anything. Take advice and mentorship from people who are doing the thing that you want to do. For example, if you want to have a happy marriage, don't take advice from your single girlfriends about how to have a happy marriage. They cannot give you the advice you need. There is nothing like real world experience. If you want to have a successful reselling business, don't listen to your family members who make fun of you for going to the bins and call it dumpster diving. Yes, that's what my mother used to do to me. She kind of like poo-pooed on it, and she still doesn't think it's a legitimate thing. But you know what? I'm not going to take advice from her because she's not doing it. Don't take advice from people how to start a business who can't even pay their own bills. And, you don't take financial advice from people. Marcus Shrinker, or he's a guy from Indiana that stole everybody's money. Or who is that? Bernie Madoff. Like, you take advice from reputable people, and you don't know if I'm reputable or not. You just kind of have to fill it out. If I was like, send me $1,000 in small bills and I'll teach you about reselling, then we would have a different story. But just kind of have a gut instinct, find some mentors, and even if it's on YouTube. So one of my mentors, and she probably doesn't even, I think she does know that she's a mentor, is Leslie Tucker from Reseller's Passion. I'll link her channel below too. But 4 years ago in 2019, I met Leslie in person at Posh Fest, and she's like an influencer. I was sitting at a table. She came, I might have told this story before. She came and sat down next to me and was like, "Hey, you look familiar." And I was like, "No, you don't know me. I'm just a random girl who resells." And then she's like, "Oh, I remember you from Instagram." So we were Instagram friends because I followed her because she just always had really good positive stuff on her Instagram. So I followed her, and she remembered me from Instagram, like just from like a post that I had done. So she sat down next to me at Posh Fest and we started talking, and I told her, and this was in 2019, that I wanted to resell full time because, you know, she was a is a full-time reseller, and she didn't know me, just a girl from Instagram, like that. She kind of was like, "Huh, okay." But she really encouraged me. She spoke to me for like 40 minutes. We sat and chatted. You know, I told her I was a teacher, and she encouraged me to, you know, like get a plan together and resell like that. You know, it was like, "Hey, you can do it. Like, I'm doing it. You know, lots of people are doing it. Like, you can do it. Just get organized, get your plan together, start getting your exit plan together. And when you're ready, like, do it." And so that like stuck with me. That stuck with me like through the pandemic. That stuck with me, you know, even now it sticks with me. And you know, and we still follow on Instagram and things like that. I mean, I consider her a friend, and I've only met her in person once. Like, you know, we message each other back and forth, but that is someone who I look to as she's positive, she's encouraging, she's one that creates community. So that is somebody, and I want to be that for someone else. I hope that when I go to Posh Fest this year, that I sit down next to some brand new reseller, and I don't have to know them from Instagram because my memory is not that good, quite frankly. But you know, and be like, "Hey, like, you know, you're from Indiana? Oh, cool! Like me too. Like let's link up." So I want to be a positive influencer or mentor for someone who's just starting off, because I feel like that's how community is built, and someone was that for me. um and so I think when you have that in your business, it will help it grow. And I just don't get bogged down with the negativity and the drama. There is a lot of, like, in every field. In school, there was teacher drama. And, you know, I'm a cheer mom. There's drama with that. There is drama in everything. Like, sometimes you can sit back and watch the drama like I do and sip your tea. And just look. It don't involve me. It ain't my drama, so I'm not going to jump into it. Um, And granted, I have jumped into some things, and now looking back, like that was not really, that's not really who I am. I jumped in um last summer, I think it was, with the Nicole State stuff. I have two videos about it with the merch boxes. And I mean, I said what I said and I meant what I said. And if you watch those videos, I still stand by what I said. But I don't want to create content around other people. I was talking more about, and in one of my videos, I think I come off more defensive of her, but I really don't want my content to be about um other people, but just more about how to handle situations. Like I said, I taught middle school for 23 years. I de-escalated things all day. The next piece I have is these Adore Me 2X leggings. Adore Me is like one of those, like, I think brands you can get like every month or something in a box. But these are 2XL, and they have this mesh paneling, and they sold for $11 on Poshmark after the $2.95 in fees and the $1.72 shipping. I was left with $6.33. So not something that sold for a lot. You got to take the goose eggs with the gold, but I do like to have plus size things in my closet. And I initially think I got these for Whatnot. But my plus size auction isn't for a couple of weeks. So they sold before then. So yeah, here they go. Off to Sarah in, where is this, Maryland? I guess I should learn my state abbreviations. And I'm going to use my the right poly mailer, so my USPS stuff, so that because I have so much of it. I just got a big order. Speaking of, free tip, not in the one of the ones I'm giving you. If you need these, you can go to USPS.com. I'll link it down below and get them for free. I have shoe boxes, which are my favorite. So when I ship out shoes, I have the shoe boxes. I have the small, medium, and large squares. I have the teeny tiny ones, and they're all free. So go get yourself some free stuff, especially if you're just starting off. No need to buy these cute polka dot poly mailers if you don't have to. If you're selling on other platforms, you are going to need those, but if you're just on Poshmark, just go with those. So the next sell I have is this Izod Crewneck long sleeve knit sweater. It's sweater weather, and this sold for, on Depop, it sold for $18.70. Forgot what I had it listed for originally. I didn't write that down. But after the $1.87 in Depop fees, I was left with $16.83. And this sold just today. So Depop and Poshmark are like neck and neck for me. I am going to do a video on what I'm doing to increase my sales over on Depop, because it was dead for the longest, and now it is. I've done some things and it is on and popping. And I want it to be on and popping for you as well. I need to get a little bit bigger size than this. So these are the two sizes of, this has to go first class. So I have these two. I need the one in the middle because my sweaters are not fitting. And then I have to use my bigger ones, which I really don't want to use the bigger ones because, of course, you get less of them for the money. So I want to save them for when I really do need them, but I can't fit them in here. So yeah, that was a whole unnecessary tangent. I'm sorry, but I told you guys, like, this is it. This is what I get. What you get. Like, probably should be on some type of ADHD medicine, but I'm not. So we'll just roll with it. I diagnosed myself. I took a quiz online. No doctor diagnosed me. So my next tip number 4. We're on number 4. I have 4 more things to ship to. So define your why. Why do you want to have a YouTube channel? Why do you want to be a reseller? Like, why? If you don't know, it's hard to be consistent with it. So in the beginning, when I was doing this just as a side hustle, I wanted to resell because I wanted to have extra money. Both my girls do all-star cheer. Well, the oldest doesn't anymore because she's in college. But when we started off, they were both doing all-star cheer. And my cheer bill was $640 a month. Minus, not with any travel or any extra hair bow or any food when we did travel or gas. Yes, it was a house payment, so, and it was expensive, but I was dedicated to, if my girls wanted to do it. My oldest did all-star cheer from the age of 3 until she graduated from high school at 18. And now she's a cheerleader at Indiana University, and she made the USA all-girl premier team. It was a passion of hers early on, and even when I couldn't afford it, I made it happen for her, like tutoring, because I wanted her to have that if that's what she was passionate about. And then I had the second one, and it was more of a hostage situation because I was at the gym all the time with the oldest one, but she came to love it too. And so now she is still cheering. So I'm still a cheer mom. And so that in the beginning, that was my why, because I was tutoring and things like that, but I had burnt out of that and being with kids all the time and other people's kids all the time. So I decided that let me see what I could do to raise money and not have to go sell hot dogs or sell detergent and all of those. If you do those, awesome. I've done them too. This is much easier and I like it. I like to go to the thrift store. I like to buy things and flip them. So the ching, 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 it was like checking all the boxes and winning. That was my why in the beginning. Now that I have transitioned to a full-time job as a reseller, my why is because I don't want to be homeless. I don't want to have to go back to teaching full-time. I have gotten spoiled with the flexibility of working from home. I can get up at 7:30, go work out, have a leisurely start to my day. I do have another side hustle that I do as a caseworker. So that's flexible. This is flexible. I can do all the things if I want to go have lunch with my mom or my sister. So my why is I need to list and do well at this so I can keep this lifestyle that I have. I was making, $75,000 a year as a teacher, and I was 8 years from retirement. So now I am 15 years from retirement. So I've doubled my time to retirement until I can get my pension. But my quality of life is so much better. And I always have to remember that, that is my why. I want to have control my time and use my time to do the things that I want to do with my family. So that's my why. I've developed a passion for sustainable fashion and just the more I learn about resale and how much textile waste there is, I'm like, why not recycle things? I myself have too much stuff. And so it's just become a part of who I am right now. The next item I have is these Madewell jeans. They sold on Depop. Told you Depop was coming through. I don't think these are the right ones, because the ones in the picture are not distressed. So I'm gonna not sell these or not send these. I'm gonna go find the right ones. From time to time, my wonderful husband pulls the wrong thing. Completely okay, as long as I catch it. So I'm gonna tell you what the Madewell sold for. So I'll have to go get the other pair off camera. So they sold for $28.05 on Depop. After the $2.80 in fees and the $1.40 shipping the $1.40 transaction fee. I don't know what these two different fees on Depop are, and it only happens sometimes. I will research and find out. I was left with $23.85. So I am going to put this guy over here because after I'm done with these three, I'll go find that. So next up is, you might recognize this from one of my last consignment haul, but it's this Dolan West Coast top, which I bought it for myself. I don't know why I thought I could squeeze myself into this. It's an extra large, but I don't know. It's really small extra large. So hopefully it doesn't get returned. I put the measurements in the listing, but it's a cute top. And I was like, oh, that'd be cute with some shorts or some capris. But it sold on Poshmark for $22. After the $4.40 in fees and the $1.72 shipping discount, I was left with $15.88. So that was a good quick sell, and I hope that who's getting this, Maria in Pennsylvania, loves it. I'm gonna put my thank you sticker on there. I'll be so excited. I'm getting these fun business cards for Posh Fest, but for my packages too, that have a cute RL code. is that what it's called? QRL code, where you'll be able to scan it with your phone and go to my places like my Poshmark closet and my eBay store and my Depop. Isn't that like so fun? I can't wait to get them. So you'll all have to buy stuff from me so that you can get one in a package, or come to Posh Fest and I'll be passing them out because I got to look professional with my business cards. So number 5 tip. Okay. My number 5 tip is to love yourself and give yourself permission to fail. So you are starting something new, or you're branching out to something unknown. And I saw this with my students when I was teaching. Like, everybody expects to get things right away. Like, no one sees the hard work that it goes into being, for instance, I'm going to use my oldest daughter as an example, in the USA All-Girl Premier Team. So they competed last April. They got the silver medal at the World Championships. I was super proud of her for even making the team. Like, when she made the team in October, I was super duper proud of her. It had been one of her like life goals, like, you know, for her sport to make the team. So already, like, ding, 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 I'm super proud. I'm super proud all the time, but you did it. Not many girls, there was only 24 girls out of all the United States that make the team. So she made the team, but a lot of people have since then like asked me like, what'd she do to make the team? How did she make the team? And my answer to that is practice since she was 3. You know, like, it wasn't like she woke up and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, like, and made it. And when I got there and I got to meet her teammates when we got, because, you know, she was away at training camp before the competition. So, and the girls came from all over to be on the team. But when I got to the competition and I got to meet the teammates, some of her teammates from all over, and I realized like how amazing those young ladies are as well. It made me even prouder, like, to know that my daughter is like hanging with this crew, like the top of the top. So like, the amount of work people see, like that when you're at the top, below that, and I think there's like an iceberg graphic. If I can like find it, I'll pop it in. Below that, the years of work or the hours of work it takes to get to the top, that just to poke out of the water is phenomenal. It's in the time at the top is just a fraction of all the hard work underneath and under it goes into it. So don't think because your stuff's not popping off and you guys like slide into my DMs. Like, I get to say that now. No one ever slid into my DMs before, but people slide into my DMs and slide into my Poshmark closet and ask me questions about things. And they're like, what's wrong with my closet? Why isn't my thing selling? I don't know. People don't want to buy stuff right now. I don't know. Like this hat sold, and I'm going to talk about this hat in just a second, but you never know what people want and why. Like, don't get discouraged. I'm saying all this to say, don't get discouraged. Just stick with it. Go back to number 1 and be consistent in everything that you do, and sales will come. Success will come. But if you are inconsistent, like I am with this I'm going to be consistent now. If you were inconsistent with this, like I was with the YouTube channel, then you're not going to have the success that you want. So it's the work in the dark, alone, by yourself, that no one sees, that yields the time in the limelight, the time at the top of the mountain. So give yourself permission to get there. Don't quit before you actually do the work and put in the time to be successful. That's why I won't let myself quit Whatnot, because I'm like, I haven't like really given it the time to be successful. I haven't really built the following that would make me successful. I haven't like studied it enough. So give yourself 6 months of really focusing and being consistent at whatever level. You don't have to list 50 things a day. Listing one thing a day, shipping next day, just be consistent and give yourself 6 months at that, and then see where you are. Reevaluate. I still won't say quit, but reevaluate. And no matter what it is, allow yourself to be scared. Leslie, who I talked about earlier in the video, says, even if you're scared, do it anyway. And I've been trying to pass that on to my girls, because I think a lot of times, like, this unperceived of fear of the unknown keeps us from trying something new. Now, I'm not saying quit your job and be a full-time reseller, because it's scary. You got to have a plan if you're going to do that. Like, I have a financial plan. And so, and I had just from teaching, like, I had saved over $10,000 before I jumped off the ledge and said, I'm going to quit my teaching career and resell full time. And then even with that, I still bring in other income through my home-based casework job, just to make sure I don't have to dip down into my savings. So have a plan. I'm not saying be wild, but it's okay. Don't let fear hold you back from trying new things. Like, if you've got your ducks in a row, or even if you don't, because I always say, I don't even know where my ducks are. There's one under the bed. There's one upstairs. There's one in my glove box in my car. I don't even know where all my ducks are. So have some type of plan, and just don't wait for the perfect opportunity, because otherwise it will never come. So that is my 5th tip. Have faith in yourself, love yourself, and give yourself permission to fail, and go for it. Do it scared. And I say that as a person that often has to, like, be hyped up to do things scared. Like, speaking at Posh Fest, I'm so scared, but I'm going to do it. So the next thing I got to share with you is this Joe Bill Miller cashmere hat. And it's just like a nice hat. I got this out of the bins like a while back, and I picked it up because it was a hat and it was unique, and I don't see them that much. So I was like, I don't even think I looked up comps on it. I was like, it's not that heavy. I'll take it home. And so it's sold for $28. So I took a chance on it. $28 on Poshmark. After the $5.60 in fees, I was left with $22.40. So this was like a full price sale. Like, I didn't even send any offer, but I have had it for a while. So, but not a year. So the trick is what we're going to put this in. Let's see what we're going to put this in without crushing it. Let's see. So I'm going to gently push it in there. Hopefully they understand that it's a hat. So now, Brian, that cute guy that came in on my video, he's so adorable. I'll have to tell you how we met one of these days. But he steals the tape. I'll be right back. See, I knew exactly where it was. He had taken it from me. Which we have 6 rolls of tape. So I don't know why we're fighting over this same one. But it's just here and ready. And who likes to start a new roll of tape? So this guy is off. And I have one last sale to share with you guys. And that is these Lane Bryant dress pants. I did get these at the bins as well for my plus size auction. They sold on Poshmark for $18 after the $3.60 in fees. I was left with $14.40. And they're just a nice gray. They are a size 28 tall. So when I saw that they were a bigger size and tall, I knew that they were a good pickup. So yes, I picked them up, and I'm not folding them back as nicely as they were. Let me focus on my folding. I do love to pick up plus size items and tall items. So, because you can be tall without being plus size. This is not going to be as good as it was the first time. I don't have the folding board here with me. But, so I do have a bonus mantra or tip or inspiration or reflection to share. So I know I had said 5, but this one's just a little star on top. So one thing I have really learned in this last year in particularly, that time is money. Money is not time. You can make an infinite amount of money, but we are not guaranteed an infinite amount of time. We all have the same 24 hours a day, so we have to be more intentional with our time. You should be intentional with your money too, but if you jack up some money, and I have jacked up some money in the past, I've gotten myself out of credit card debt twice. So you can jack up some money and make a comeback, and make more. But when you jack up your time and waste your time, you don't get any more. It's gone forever. So think about how you use your time in your business, in your life, with your friends, with your family, with your kids. Like, oh my gosh, with my kids, like, if I could go back in time and do so many things, and I did a lot, those kids are my life, but they grew up so quick. So, and I lost my dad and some other family members in the past year, and I think about the time that I might have been working or doing something that I wish I would have spent with them. So think about how you use your time in your business. And are you being efficient with your time to make the most money you can in the smallest amount of time? Because let's be real, we all do need money. We got bills, even if you decide that you have a modest lifestyle and that you don't need to spend a lot and you don't need to have a lot of designer things or whatever, or a big house, we still need money to live. And we don't want to spend all of our time just trying to survive. And, I often talk to my casework clients about getting out of survival mode, because so many of them are in survival mode. They are living minute to minute, hoping not to get evicted, or looking for a place to sleep, or so helping them get out of survival mode to the point where you can thrive. And a lot of that is driven by time, how you spend your time, and a lot of other resources. There's some, a lot of other issues. There's some addiction and other things. But, think about that. And that's it. That is my video for today. I'm going to go find the right pair of Maple jeans and wrap it up. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, comment any sage advice you have for other resellers. Leave them in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.